Welcome back, everybody, to the New York Knicks, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K23. We have made it through the trade deadline, we've made it through the All-Star break, and we are getting close to the end of the regular season here in year number 5. And we've got a big matchup here today against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who obviously we are also following along with in this series. I think we're going to have 2 more episodes of the regular season before we get into the playoffs. As it stands now, we are still the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but the Wizards are closing the gap. They're only a game and a half behind us, and they've been playing really well since they acquired Kevin Durant at the trade deadline. One of the just many big moves, particularly within the Eastern Conference, acquiring star power. As for the West, the Rockets and Sonics are starting to separate themselves from Utah and OKC, and the Timberwolves are actually catching up to those 2 teams. So if Minnesota can play well here down the stretch, they could potentially be looking at the 3 seed if all goes well. So both the Knicks and the Timberwolves have a lot to play for over this final month of the year, and this game today could prove to be a really, really important one. When we first played against Minnesota earlier in the season, obviously I used the Knicks, and I hinted at the idea of maybe using Minnesota in this game. I thought it'd be kind of fun to go against the Knicks, but this is the Knicks series, and since they still have a lot to play for, they're only 1.5 games ahead in first place, I don't think it would be fair not to use them, so we're still going to use them today. But before we hop into this game, I do want to go over our next prospect profile. Both the Knicks and the Timberwolves have plenty of draft picks this year. The Knicks own selections from Indiana and Toronto, while the Timberwolves own their own selection along with the Baltimore Red Tails selection. So those are 4 first-round picks within those 2 teams, and all 4 of those picks probably will not be lottery selections. So because of that, this range of players that we're going to go through, 11 through 30, a lot of these guys could end up in New York or Minnesota. We've seen a lot of change within the top of this draft, and a guy who's really risen up boards is Jonathan Washburn out of Florida. His rise is very similar to another Florida Gator last year in Buddy Johnson, who seemingly came out of nowhere and then became a projected top 5 pick. Obviously, he did not go in the top 5 to the benefit of the Knicks, who were able to pick him. Jonathan Washburn is not exactly the same player as Buddy. He's not as good of a shooter, but I think his all-around game is really intriguing. He's a good scorer from inside the arc, good playmaker, good, versatile defender, and if he can improve that jump shot, I think he could be a really, really good player. Now let's really look at this 11 through 30 range. A lot of guys who we have not looked at so far, and a few names to keep an eye on include Gundai Wibawa out of North Carolina. He's a very intriguing 6'7" wing who weighs in at around 255 pounds. Physically, he's built a little bit like Zion Williamson. He doesn't have Zion's athleticism or baby mama drama, so I guess that's a plus and minus in comparison to Zion. It's not like Wibawa's out of shape or anything. He's just got a boatload of muscle. He's built like an NFL linebacker, and he is a total freak athlete. So I think his size actually kind of goes to his advantage because it doesn't take away from the rest of his skill set, and I think he could end up being a fringe top 10 pick when it's all said and done. Maximus Grant is a very interesting player. He grew up in England, which is where he went through the high school ranks. He decided to play college ball at James Madison University, of all places, and he's really played well this year. His stock has continued to go up as a stretch big man. He's really improved the jump shot over the last year or 2 to where it's turned into a strength. His defense is quite solid as well, and he's got a good blend of athleticism. I think he could be a good player at the next level. Edor Rice is a very intriguing prospect. He's currently playing at Spire Academy. That's the same school that LaMelo Ball played for his senior season. I think Rice is a little bit raw, which is typical of a high school senior. But I think he's got the size, length, and athleticism to be a really good pro. 6'10", 235 pounds. He's got great length. He's already got an NBA-level body. For somebody who is as raw as he is, I would hope he had more impressive athletic traits. His athleticism grade is a D-, which I don't think is entirely fair to him. I think his athleticism is a little bit better than that. But even so, for somebody who's really not all that far along in his game, the only thing he's really got going for him at this point is size and length. Now we look at the middle of the first round with guys like Melly Murray, Keyshawn Chancellor, Owen Syndergaard. But I want to take a look at Greek wing Angelos Caballeros. I think this is somebody who could be a really good player at the next level. He's a willing playmaker. He can run the floor, and he's a very impressive shot creator for his age inside and out. He can make plays inside, he can shoot the mid-range, and he's got a nice 3-ball as well. Caballero is one of the best pure scoring prospects in the draft, and the rest of his game really is not all that bad either, which leaves me to believe that his stock should continue to rise. Let's look at the 21 through 30 range. These are really the prospects who the Knicks and Timberwolves are going to be looking at, and that includes Octavius Gamius out of Kansas. He's your prototypical 3-and-D wing. He's going to be drafted somewhere in the 20s, and he's going to have a better career than a lot of the guys who were picked before him, but he's never going to be an all-star, and I can confidently say that right now. But he doesn't need to be an all-star for some team to get the best out of him. He's a phenomenal shooter off the catch, he's an improving shot creator, and he's a good defender. This next group, we've got some intriguing guards like Bryce Maximilian, Darius Dumoulin, and Chris Mancus, who we're really going to take a look at here. Mancus comes from Miami, and he's another very intriguing prospect, particularly on the offensive end of the floor. You're looking at somebody who's one of the best pure shot creators in this draft. He's a pretty good playmaker as well, and his offensive game is going to really entice some teams who might be looking for some instant impacts off the bench. He's a very good three-level scorer, very good playmaker, needs to improve defensively, but on offense, this guy's going to be great right off the bat. Now, at the back end of the first round, we've got a lot of bigs, including Vidal Imani Sparks, whose stock has skyrocketed over the last couple of months. He's attending a pretty small school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but he had a great senior season, McDonald's All-American, and he won the McDonald's Game MVP with 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. I think he's going to be a really good secondary playmaker at the next level. You do not find passers at his size. I think somebody's going to fall in love with the upside and take a shot on him in the first round, and I think it could really pay off. His stock has risen higher than anybody in the last year. If you're looking for an older, more polished big man in this range, I think Cristi Dalsa from Romania could be your guy. He has Turkish citizenship. He plays for the Turkish national team. Really good stretch big. He has a very good jump shot. Solid defensive player. We've seen a lot of European bigs over the years be advanced playmakers. Obviously, Nikola Jokic comes up to mind. A more recent example would be Alperen Şengün. I don't really see that with Dalsa's game. He's not a bad playmaker, but I don't think he's ever going to be a true primary or even secondary playmaker for an offense. But the rest of his game is really good. Nice three ball, good post defense, good rebounding, pretty good athleticism. I think he's got a high floor, and he's going to be a good rotation player in this league for a while. The last player we're going to cover is Rocco Royster out of the University of Maryland. So you may recognize this last name. This is the younger brother of Knicks big man Zachariah Royster. I think there are some similarities between the two of them as prospects. I think Rocco Royster is the better jump shooter, maybe a little bit more gifted as a scorer, but I don't think he's got the defense or the athleticism that Zachariah Royster brings to the table. I know the C three-point grade isn't going to jump out at you, but he is a much better three-point shooter than that. He's shot 40% from beyond the arc this year at Maryland, which is really impressive for a 6'11" big man. So that'll do it for the prospect profile. Let me know what guys you liked down below in the comments. We're going to go back to the draft class in the offseason. We're going to go over some guys we've already talked about. We're also going to go over some players we have not talked about yet as we hop into our matchup here against Minnesota. We've already played against the Timberwolves earlier in the season in Minnesota. We won that game 114-107 in a really exciting matchup. And the whole reason why the Timberwolves have gotten so much attention throughout the past season is because of the history that we have with these guys. We made the big trade in the offseason, acquiring Anthony Edwards in a trade package that included Apollo Thanopoulos, Coco Diablo, and others. Obviously, Minnesota has come out of that deal like bandits, and I think it's worked out pretty well for the Knicks, too. Apollo Thanopoulos wins the tip, and we are underway here at the Garden. Coco Diablo and many other former Knicks return to the Garden for the first time since the trade. Here's A.J. Griffin letting it fly on the opening possession for the Timberwolves as he hits the three. 3-2 now your score. Markelle Fultz has it picked away. Edwards tips it, and Ramses picks it up. In transition, Ramses inside for Jason Tatum with the throwdown. Good dunk for Tatum. Knicks take their first lead of the game. Edwards in the corner for Ramses. Ramses sends it back over to Ant-Man. The former Timberwolf, Anthony Edwards, hits the three. The Knicks on a 7-0 run. They're looking good at the moment. Jaden McDaniels with it, guarded by Tatum. Gets it out to Griffin. Back for McDaniels, who throws it down. Good play for the Timberwolves. It's now 9-5. Here's Ramses with it, guarded by his former teammate Diablo. Over to Cesar DiCarlo. Back to Ramses. Lets it fly from three. Good shot by DJ. Nice pass by Cesar DiCarlo. And it's 5-12. Apollo Thanopoulos, the big man with the layup. Thanopoulos, as a rookie, has had a historic season. He made the All-Star team, the first rookie to do so since Blake Griffin, and he's even in the MVP race. Jason Tatum with a deep three. That one from Curry range, and it's now 17-9. Lob for Thanopoulos is unsuccessful, but Fultz gets it back over to Thanopoulos, who hits the jumper despite very solid defense from Markelle Fultz. 13-19. Edwards thinks about the shot, won't take it, over to Ramses. Ramses on the move. Nice play. The Knicks have so many guys who can create their own shot. These guys just know how to get open with the ball in their hands. As it's 21-13. Ramses picks his pocket, and he's going to send it inside for the big fella, Jarrett Allen, with the and one. I think everybody in the arena was hoping for a lob, but that'll work too. The Knicks lead by 11. New York playing great basketball on both ends of the floor here in the first quarter. The Timberwolves looking to respond as Lou Gantz Dort sinks for three. Dort has been extremely clutch this year with the Timberwolves. He's hit some very timely shots late in games as it's 24-17. Back for Dort. He hits another one. Lou Dort making some early plays off the bench, and the Timberwolves are right back within 4. Watkins in the corner for Skylar Fields, who hits the triple. Minnesota's second unit looks great right now. They only trail by 1. 23-24. Here's Buddy Johnson, the rookie out of the University of Florida, with the slam. The Knicks second unit looking to respond after Minnesota was able to hit a trio of threes. Damian Lillard, the trade deadline acquisition, connects with Khalif Dumbo, who sinks the three, and the Knicks are right back up by 7. Good final minute or so for New York. Ahmed Kabango, a fourth-year pro out of the Democratic Republic of Congo, gets the putback. 25-30. Final seconds here in the quarter. Dort with it inside. He's blocked by Zachariah Royster, and that'll wrap up quarter number 1. It's been a pretty competitive game so far. The Knicks lead it by 5. Into the second now. Diablo's pass is tipped away, and the Knicks end up with it. DJ Ramses sends it in the corner for Jason Tatum, and he will connect on the 3. Good shot for Tatum, and it's 25-33. Diablo with the screen from Thanopoulos looks to drive inside, and he is snuffed at the rim. Zachariah Royster with the denial. Royster playing some great defense down low here off the bench. 8-point lead. Here's Anthony Edwards with the two-handed slam, and the Knicks are up by double digits for the first time tonight. 29-35, Minnesota now has it within 6. Right when the Knicks take a big lead, Minnesota goes on a 6-0 run. McDaniels gets the dunk, and they're now within 4. 35-31, here's Ramses. He's got 7 and 5 tonight. Over to DiCarlo, drives by Coco Diablo, and is in for the dunk. Good play by Cesar DiCarlo, the Italian stallion, and it's 31-37. Griffin lobs it up for the big man, Apollo Thanopoulos, the Greek freak, with the slam. 33-37. Here's DJ Ramses, now with 6 assists already, misses the shot, but Tatum gets the putback dunk. Good play for Jason Tatum. It's 33-39. Tatum with it off the catch. No good, but Ramses this time grabs the offensive rebound and the putback. So Ramses misses, Tatum gets the putback, and then it's reversed on the following possession. 33-41 now. Diablo inside for the big fella, Apollo Thanopoulos. These two have become quite the duo here in Minnesota. They've got 2 legitimate franchise players as Coco Diablo is open for 3. Diablo's gotten off to kind of a slow start scoring tonight, and in the first game that these two teams played in, Diablo was not all that impressive as a scorer, despite the fact that he's averaged around 20 a night this year. Edwards with the slam. Hanyon on the rim as well. 38-45 now. Griffin with it. Sends it over to Fields in the corner. And Jackson Watkins connects, another former Knick. I mean, half of this Minnesota roster is literally comprised of former Knicks players. Killer Cam Reddish hits the 3. Reddish, the longest tenured player on the roster by far. 41-48. Nice catch and shoot look for Watkins, but the rebound and putback is good for Patrick Feinstein, another former Knick. 43-48. Damian Lillard off to a quiet start scoring tonight, looking to make some plays as a passer, but he's open from 3, and he'll let it fly. What time is it? It's Dame time. 43-51 with under 2 to go in the half. Nice backdoor cut by A.J. Griffin for the and 1. Griffin is just such a good and smart off-ball player. He cuts inside, he draws the foul, he makes the bucket. Ahmed Kabango with a mismatch here. Not a whole lot Dumbu can really do there. 48-55, final seconds of the first half. It's in the hands of Lillard. Lillard looking to get one more shot off, sends it in the corner for Tatum for three. No good. Overall, a pretty good first half for the Knicks. I've been really impressed with them defensively. The Timberwolves are on pace to score less than 100. Everybody other than Apollo Thanopoulos and maybe A.J. Griffin have all been pretty mediocre. Coco Diablo and Markelle Fultz have both been very quiet. And offensively, the Knicks have done more than enough to build a pretty nice lead. Fultz steals it away here early in the third. Drives inside, hits the jumper. Good play in transition by Markelle Fultz. And it's 52-57. The Timberwolves in takeover mode. Really good opportunity to build a rally, maybe even take the lead. And that's certainly going to help. Apollo Thanopoulos with the and one. It's Edwards called for the foul. 55-57 now. DJ Ramses' pass is tipped and caught by Jason Tatum, who will make the reverse layup. The Knicks really trying to make sure Minnesota is unable to build up a lead. I don't know if that was a lob or a shot or what, but it doesn't matter because Jaden McDaniels grabs the board and he gets an and one of his own. Tatum called for the foul, and we are within one. Minnesota taking full advantage of their takeover mode, but not on that possession defensively. Coco Diablo is a really underrated defensive player, but he was caught sleeping on that one. 58-63, Fultz off the screen, open, and lets it fly from beyond the arc. So Minnesota answers right back, 2-point game. Tatum over to DJ Ramses, drives inside with the slam! DJ Ramses getting up there, head tap, 65-61. Coco Diablo, fadeaway, three ball, got it! Both teams, particularly Minnesota, have been great offensively here in the third quarter. The Timberwolves offense looks night and day different from the first half to the second. Jarrett Allen, nice move, gets the bucket. He's having a productive day, 7 and 8. Allen, of course, missed some time in the month of February, and the Knicks were dramatically worse with him unavailable to play. Minnesota has the lead now, and they will extend the lead with the Patrick Feinstein floater. 70-68 now. Knicks looking to make some plays pretty quickly. Ra Khalif Dumbu sends it in the corner for a wide open Buddy Johnson, who hits the three. Knicks back ahead, 71-70. Minnesota looking to answer and get the lead back. Fields off the screen, fadeaway three, top of the key. Knocks it down. Nice shot by Skylar Fields. 73-71. Fields with it. Looking to make a play himself, and it's no good. Grabs his own board and gets the putback. Good play there by Skylar Fields, who's known more as a pass-first guard. Choosing to be aggressive there, and it pays off as he sends it inside for Patrick Feinstein. Another mismatch, and Feinstein takes advantage. Look at that score. Minnesota leads by 8. The Timberwolves have been dominant here in the third quarter. The Knicks got to respond, and that's one way to do it. Zachariah Royster takes advantage of the mismatch, being guarded by Watkins. And that'll cut the lead to 6 with under a minute left in the third. Fields inside for the big man, Ahmed Kabongo, with the slam. 81-73 now. Zachariah Royster sends it in the corner. Killer Cam Reddish once again knocks down another 3. Knicks within 5. Under 35 to go in the quarter as Dort sends it inside for Patrick Feinstein, who's really given the Timberwolves some good energy here in the third quarter off the bench. That's part of the main reason why the Knicks really liked him, and it was hurting to trade him away along with all those other pieces. What a shot by Damian Lillard! Nearing the end of the third, 4-point game. Here is Watkins inside. Nice move. Gets the layup, and it is a 6-point lead. The Knicks are going to have enough time for one more shot. It's back in the hands of Lillard. Looking to make another play. Lillard for Edwards at the buzzer. Bang! Big shot for Anthony Edwards. While that third quarter was mostly a disaster for the Knicks, they do have the momentum. They're within 1, and they will take the lead. A deep 3 from Cesar DiCarlo. And it's now 87-85. The Knicks had the momentum and the lead back. We'll see what they can do with it. Markelle Fultz over to Thanopoulos for the tie. He hits the long 2. We're knotted up. The Timberwolves take a 4-point lead now. Edwards with a nice move. He has a wide open man. It's DJ Ramses. The Knicks are red hot from 3. They caught a cold spell in the third. Now they seemingly can't miss. 91-90. Thanopoulos inside. Nice move. He hits the shot. And it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead. I got to give Minnesota credit for being able to maintain this lead after the Knicks got hot. as Thanopoulos gets the putback. Timberwolves up by 5, under 6 minutes to go. Lob attempt for Jared Allen is unsuccessful, and Coco Diablo steals it away. Diablo inside, nice move, scoring in contact, and the T-Wolves are up by 7. Jason Tatum inside, gets it over to DJ Ramses. Knocks down the 3. Ramses with 18 and 7. He's been arguably the Knicks' best overall player today, as it's a 4-point game. Markelle Fultz with it, guarded by Ramses, hoping somebody can get open, and it's Apollo Thanopoulos with the slam. 99-93, under 5 to go. Fultz inside is a wide open man in the corner. You cannot lead A.J. Griffin open in the corner because he's going to make the shot. He is phenomenal off the catch. 102-93. Anthony Edwards with it. He gets it to Ramses. Heavily contested. Fadeaway 3 is good. Nice shot for Ramses, and we're within 6. Get DJ the ball. He's making big shots here late in this game, as is A.J. Griffin. He hits another wide open 3. The Knicks got to have somebody in the corner, so he doesn't have that much room. Anthony Edwards, nice move. He hits the mid-ranger. The Timberwolves are still comfortably leading, but the Knicks offense is keeping them in the game. Tatum, no good. Misses again. Third time's the charm, though, as he gets the putback. New York's offense has been really good over the last, 7 or 8 minutes, but the defense has been bad over the entirety of the second half. Markelle Fultz, wide open lane to drive inside as he makes the layup. Former number 1 pick out of the University of Washington, and it's a 7-point game. Anthony Edwards has DiCarlo open. He's hit a big 3 earlier, and he's got another one. Cesar DiCarlo with a huge triple, and we are within 4. Markelle Fultz, tightly guarded by Ramses with under 2 to go. Gets it to Diablo. Bang! Big shot for Coco Diablo. And the Timberwolves are back ahead by 7. Right when the Knicks hit a shot, Minnesota seems to retaliate right away. Nice reverse dunk by Anthony Edwards. It's a 5-point game. Kabongo with the screen for Markelle Fultz. Fultz, nice move inside. Lefty layup, no good. Huge stop by DJ Ramses, and the Knicks can make it a 1-score game on this possession. Anthony Edwards to DiCarlo. He's hit some big 3s in this quarter, and he's got another. Cesar DiCarlo with his 3rd 3 here in the 4th quarter. It's a 2-point game, and Ramses steals it away. He gets it to DiCarlo. The Knicks can tie or take the lead. It's Anthony Edwards who posters Kabongo. We are tied at 110 with under 35 seconds to go. Diablo inside for Ahmed Kabongo for the lead. Jared Allen just a split second too late. The Knicks will look to answer. Ramses inside, gets it over to Jason Tatum. His shot is no good. Grabs the rebound over to DiCarlo. Not a lot of time left on the clock. We are sitting at around 12 seconds. Clamps from the Timberwolves. DiCarlo kind of has to heave up a 3. It's no good. And rebounded by Fultz, who is fouled with only 6.3 seconds left on the clock. On the following inbound, Kabongo will send it to Coco Diablo, who is fouled. He will get 2, and Diablo is fired up against his former crowd as he sinks the first one. Coco is a stone-cold killer. We'll see if he can go 2 for 2. Unsurprisingly, he does. The Knicks call a timeout, trailing by 4. New York's got to make a quick shot. Foul. Timeout again, and then another quick shot. Allen on the inbound. He's going to get it to Ramses, who's out of bounds. Yeah, I don't think the Knicks are coming back from that. 116-110 is your final. The Minnesota Timberwolves even the season series with New York. This was a game that we absolutely could have won, but in the second half, we really let our guard down, particularly defensively. In the first half, we only allowed 48 points. In the second half, we allowed 68. 21-7 for DJ Ramses. He was really good, along with 3 steals. He played great defense. Our perimeter defense was really good for most of the game, really up until the end. 20 for Ant, 18-10 for Tatum. DiCarlo with some clutch 3s. As for the Timberwolves, Apollo Thanopoulos, yeah, he's really good. A.J. Griffin with some big shots. Coco Diablo was clutch down the stretch, as was Markelle Fultz. Both teams shot 50% from 3. Really did not feel like that. Both teams were very hot and cold from deep, and it felt like they had more cold stretches than hot. I was surprised to see that they were both at 50%. So in the next episode, we're going to get through the rest of the regular season. Hopefully the Knicks can get the number 1 seed. Hopefully Minnesota can round themselves out, maybe in 3rd place. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.